Hey Nintendo fans and collectors! Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting, and this is collecting tip number 97, Insurance Plan. We only have 5 more collecting tips left, including this one. After I complete Collecting Tips 101, I will be starting a new series of videos, so stick around to the end of the video for a short teaser about that. As a collector, if you've been following me for a while, hopefully you've had some success with collecting. And you might have some items that are worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. It's definitely in your best interest to keep these items secret sometimes and keep them safe. A la Gandalf, we had to say it. Speaking of safe, it might be wise for you to invest in one. My family has a few safes, and this one here is quite small. It's by Brinks, but something like this might be great just for keeping a few games that you really like, or some sealed items in here just to keep them safe, just to have one extra layer of protection. Safes are definitely not the best way to display items, but they are the best way to keep them protected from everything in the world. I have seen some collectors have safes that are 4 or maybe 5 feet tall. They're very expensive. They're probably in the tens of thousands of dollars eventually. Evaluate how much your collection is worth. If you want to get a safe, I would never spend more than my collection, obviously unless you're very rich. So just keep that in mind. Beyond getting a safe, I think it would be very wise for you to have some sort of insurance on your collection. It's more of an advanced tip and it costs money, but if you're in here for the long run and you want to keep your collection, it's definitely a good idea. The first thing to do is contact your bank or talk to whoever you have housing insurance with and see, do you have items in your house protected already up to a certain amount? If you do have them protected up to a certain amount, you might not need to invest in additional insurance. But if you don't, then you perhaps need to buy some additional insurance to protect everything because it is worth it. After insurance, you really want to make sure you are protecting yourself from the elements, obviously, and also from things that go wrong like fire. What better thing to use as an example of fire than this fire orange Nintendo 64 Funtastic console? Most items in my collection are cardboard, instruction manuals, boxes, and the rest of it's mostly plastics. Most of those items are very flammable and they could go up in a moment's notice. This Just Go boxed N64 controller is likely worth north of $500. If there was a fire, this goes up in smoke right away. All of that is gone. If there is a fire, you want to be prepared ahead of time. You want to make sure you have a fire alarm in the room that you're collecting with or near it. You also want to make sure you have a fire extinguisher. Heaven forbid something does go wrong. If all of your items are paper, like Paper Mario, you want to make sure that you have these kinds of things in place, and you want to make sure that you're just prepared. It's safe to do so, it doesn't take much, and it could end up saving you thousands of dollars in damage. The opposite end of the spectrum that I have mentioned before are floods. In Canada, we have lots of ice, like this ice blue Nintendo 64 controller from Australia this time. Ice can sometimes get into pipes, it can sometimes freeze, unfreeze, melt, and just crack the pipes. We have had flooding in my basement before. That is why I keep all of my items 6 inches off the ground, just for safety, just for protection. Something like this Char's customized color Wavebird for the GameCube is again worth probably $500. If this got wet, it would reduce the value of this significantly. Be careful, everyone. In summary, you might want to invest in a safe, you might want to check out insurance, you want to protect yourself from fire and from ice and from theft. Just be safe, everyone, especially if you have some sealed, very rare items and you just want to have them for life. Thank you very much for watching Collecting Tip number 97, Insurance Plan. Make sure you fill that like bucket, follow me on Facebook and on Twitter, and remember, as always, game on. And here's that preview.
Da 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 da.
Thanks, Ivory, for that amazing transition. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. She made me include that. A lot of you have been wondering and asking me, what am I going to do after Collecting Tips 101? As a teaser, I thought I'd show you what my new collecting series will be. It's called Question Lithium. Essentially, every day I get a tremendous amount of questions from you guys about gaming, about Nintendo, and about collecting in general. I want to take the time to answer several of your questions per video, just like Ask Pack. So in about a month's time, when I'm done collecting tips 101, check out Question Lithium. And remember, as always, game on!